document processes, it allows you to basically add authenticity to any content that you capture, any content that you create, any content that you store, anything that you share or publish to other people, anything that you process, basically anchoring it to a blockchain. And that is, I think, very powerful. Yeah, it's both on the input side as on the output side. Document creation, document output, also on the other side, the customer communication side. When people are submitting data or submitting documents or emails or Twitter messages or anything that comes in, you can always prove this is the message, this is the data that we received on this moment in time, and it hasn't been changed since. Well, every ECM system has a good audit trail nowadays, and the audit trail will be detailing everything has happened to a piece of content and by anyone who has touched it. But that's the truth of the company who runs that ECM system. It's their truth, and it doesn't mean that it is the real truth for external people either. So by registering these kind of things on blockchain, you have an independent proof that without any discussion or any doubt, you can prove that something is authentic and when it was. I'm not sure why supply chain hasn't been a big focus for ECM, because it is one of the industries where lots and lots of documents and processes are going on. So it looks like an ideal candidate to have. And I believe most companies in supply chain have their individual document management ECM systems, but they're not interconnected. So it's always exchanging documents. The one produces the document, the other one ingests it, and then reproduces another document which is ingested by the next step. I think if you start connecting ECM systems in a chain, that's a big value, but I think the biggest value of blockchain will be in these supply chains. So there's a couple of waves in blockchain. First, what you have been seeing is that people transacting with people. Basically, Bitcoin is a prime example for that. The next thing which is happening right now is organizations acting with other organizations. And then the third wave that we will see is where basically you're talking about machines communicating and transacting with machines. So you have like IoT devices which will negotiate with them between each other and exchange information, and that's where blockchain will in the future have their biggest impact in these. One of the things that they could do is move more to open standards. Like organizations basically adopt these open standards, then they would be able to exchange documents and content and data basically much more easier. And that can be then backed up. How can I trust the data that I receive from my previous partner in the chain? For me, is basically having blockchain underneath, which basically I believe there is a real future for blockchain in our industry. I think it's a very powerful technology, which is of course at the moment very much hyped. I think there will be some dissolution coming. For sure that projects won't succeed or won't deliver, or people will make mistakes. For the long run, I think it's underestimated.